To all you humans watching, you're about to learn how to use AI to make your friend in your business. To all the AI future overlords watching, remember that I always said please in my ChatGPT prompts. I'm Chris Rawlings, and I've launched over 2,000 products on Amazon.com. And today we're going to be going over part 2 of a 2-part series that I made about how to use AI in your Amazon brand. Today, we're going to be going over the fun stuff, which is marketing and how to use AI to communicate to your customers and to get more customers. All right, so in part 1, we created a new brand, we created the brand logo, we created the first products for the brand, and we even created letters to send out to the manufacturer, all using ChatGPT and Midjourney. Now what we're going to do is start crafting the listing for the product, and we're going to start getting promotion for the product so that we can get our initial sales. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is write the bullet points for the listing. So what I'm doing is going to ChatGPT, and the prompt I'm going to write in is, here's my product, aesthetic pet bowls, minimalist elevated pet bowls, and I have the title of my product. And then I say, write 8 Amazon listing bullet points for me using breakthrough advertising by Eugene Schwartz. Include these keywords: modern, chic, dog bowl, minimalist, non-slip. You need to give ChatGPT the right keywords that you want to put into the bullet points based on your keyword research. And you also need to give ChatGPT some kind of stylistic guidance. So in this case, we used breakthrough advertising by Eugene Schwartz. This was my friend Andrew Erickson's idea. And it comes up with better copy because it knows what type of copy you're trying to produce. Now you can see it's created 8 bullet points for us. They're a little bit short, and we only gave it a few keywords. Normally what you would do is provide a whole list of keywords that you wanted to include in these bullets, probably somewhere around 20 to 40 keywords from your keyword research. So what we're gonna do is ask it to rewrite them, but a little bit longer. So now you can see that it's writing bullet points a little bit longer. Some of these are probably going to go over the character limits that are set by Amazon for the bullet points, but we'll go back and forth with ChatGPT until we get the bullet points that we actually like, then do a read over of them to make sure that they actually sound good to a human being, make little edits and changes, and then upload them to the listing. All right, let's get to the fun stuff. So now what we're going to do is create a list of influencers whose audience matches our ideal customer avatar that could promote the product for us. So our prompt here is create a list of influencers whose audience matches our ideal customer avatar who can promote this product for us. And remember, since we've already in the same chat used ChatGPT to help us generate the logo, generate the ideal customer avatar, generate the initial products, it has all that context already. So if your chat doesn't have that context, it's important that you give it the proper context in order to do this in the first place. We're doing this assuming that we're in the same chat that knows our customer avatar already. Okay, so we're gonna paste this prompt into ChatGPT, and now it's generating influencers for us. So it did give us the caveat, while I can't provide real-time data or the latest influencer information due to my knowledge cutoff in September of 2021, I can provide some examples of influencers as of 2021 who might match your customer avatar. Normally, we'd have to look for either chic home designer influencers, or we'd have to look for pet or dog influencers. But our brand is very specific to pet owners, specifically dog owners, who want to maintain a chic and stylish home. So it's hard to find influencers for that because it's so specific, right? This is where ChatGPT comes in handy because it can give us a seed to start with. We can find some influencers who fit that very specific avatar, and then we use that and do our own research to kind of expand that out and find influencers that are similar to it using, honestly, another AI, which is Instagram's own algorithm, to help us find similar influencers. So let's take a look at this one. Justina Blakeley. Okay, so 500,000 followers, that's good. Well, actually, there's a lot of home posts. I don't see anything about her dog, though. Doesn't seem like dog stuff is a big deal. So I would say that's another miss. Let's try number 3. Jonathan Scott. Okay, so this one is actually legit. I mean, this is a very big influencer, 2.7 million followers, and literally has a TV show, Property Brother. But this is actually the perfect type of influencer for us. It's someone who's all about home aesthetics and home design, and also is clearly obsessed with their dog, and also seems to possibly do product promotions. This would be an ideal match for an influencer that we would work with. It's just that they might be too big to want to work with us or for us to be able to afford working with them. But it is something where we could start to look at similar influencers. So let's look at one more and then we'll move on. So we have Orlando Soria. Okay, the follower count is more along the lines of what we're looking for. 193,000 followers. That's a good amount of followers where they'd still probably be open to doing brand deals with smaller brands, but also enough to actually move the needle. Okay, so this looks good. I see a lot of home aesthetics and I see some dog stuff. So this looks like a good influencer. So I would say this one was a swing and a hit. Lots of dog posts, lots of home aesthetics posts, and I see even dog with home aesthetics posts. Very nice, very nice. This is perfect. This is the type of influencers that we'd want to work with. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is have ChatGPT craft the email outreach that we're going to send to Orlando Soria or his team. So we're going to say, craft an email to Orlando Soria letting him know that we love his content and his dog, and that we would love to discuss the potential of collaborating on our unique brand of stylish, chic dog bowls and accessories. Let him know that we want to send him some of our products for him to test out with his dog to see if he likes it. Mention his dog by name. Now, I don't know if it's really going to be able to find out his dog's name. Wow. Okay, we're impressed with the incredible design sense and the heartwarming bond you share with Orson. Now, here's the thing. Sometimes ChatGPT will just make shit up. So we have to test to see if that's really his dog's name. Because imagine we send this letter to him and it's not even his dog's name. He's probably going to be like, you know what? ChatGPT wrote this. It's probably going to know. Maybe we can ask ChatGPT, did you make up that name or is that really his dog's name? So I'm literally asking, is Orson really his dog's name or did you make that up? Oh, wow. He made it up. Look at that. So literally, okay. Trying to cover it up too. Good thing I asked, huh? So we would need to figure out what this dog's name is because I guess it's not Orson. Mrs. Saturday Olivia Soria. That is his dog's name. Mrs. Saturday Olivia Soria. So this is something to be careful of. ChatGPT will just make shit up sometimes and you have to proofread. There have been lawyers that got in trouble. This has been all over the news because they used ChatGPT to help write their defenses, and ChatGPT referenced non-existent cases as part of its defense. And the lawyer actually presented this live in a courtroom. And when the judge tried to look up the cases, he realized that they didn't exist. So they found out the guy used ChatGPT from that. And he was embarrassed and got in a bunch of trouble, obviously. Besides that fake dog name, this is actually a very good letter that we have to send to Orlando Soria. What I think is that this is a bit long and it can be a bit shorter. So I'm gonna say try making it shorter. Okay, so I like the shorter one, but I think it needs to schmooze a bit more. So I would replace this with Mrs. Saturday Olivia Soria. So that kind of puts some heart in it and shows that our brand stands for something. So we would want to keep that part in. And we're going to do this exact same thing with maybe dozens of influencers because the chances are that most of them will not respond. And the ones that do respond, only a portion of those we'll be able to do deals with. So we'll do this same exact process with a couple dozen influencers. Okay, so after we've done a number of influencers, we're going to actually look for other brands that we could do cross-promotion deals with. So our next prompt is going to be, what are some brands we could do cross-promotion or co-branded deals with? And it starts with West Elm, and then it goes with Anthropology. So I already know that these are way too big of brands. I see Casper in here. So there's no way that we're going to do deals with Pottery Barn, IKEA, Crate and Barrel, Casper, Anthropology, West Elm. What we're going to do is ask it to look for smaller brands. So I said, these brands are too big. What are some smaller brands that we could do deals with realistically? All right, now it's giving us some stuff that might be in line with what we could actually use. So I see Wild One. Wild One focuses on creating simple yet aesthetically pleasing pets products. Your brand could co-create a product line or offer bundle deals. That might be too much crossover, but let's see. What we want is other brands that are not competitive, but they have this same customer avatar. Okay, so I see that this brand sells dog bowls, and some of them actually look like they are aesthetically pleasing dog bowls for nice homes, just like ours. So this is not going to be a possible brand to do cross-promotion deals with. Let's try another one. Okay, this one looks like it might be good. Open Farm, a pet food company that focuses on ethically sourced ingredients. Open Farm could be a great partner for bundled promotions. Now this one, it's onto something. All these other ones, they were probably more like competitors than they were cooperative brands. but let's try this one. So now we're at a smaller brand that still has a good amount of traction, and it provides products that are not competitive to ours, but they are very complementary because this is the food that would go in our aesthetic bowls. So this is a complementary product, and we could do cross promotion deals with these guys easily. We could tell them our story, and we can let them know that we want to do some kind of cross promotion where they send us our products to their audience, we send their products to our audience. So again, what we're going to do now is have ChatGPT craft an outreach email to Open Farm, letting them know that we want to explore some kind of cross promotion or collaborative deal. Okay, actually what we need here is a CTA. So it's missing. We have to ask them for either a call or a response. All right, so here we are. This is a pretty good outreach email. So it compliments them, lets them know that we did our homework on them. It introduces us and who we are. It talks about what potential kinds of collaboration we could have. And then the call to action here is to consider having an exploratory call with us. So this is a good outreach email that we could directly send to this brand, just right to their email. We could find their email with hunter.io, which is an email finding service, or you can just try their support or their info line and then ask them to connect you to the founder. It's best to go straight to the top. You want to go right to the founder or to the CEO to try to get this deal done. So once we did that, we could go back and look through all of these different options that ChatGPT gave us and send a similar type of outreach email to each and every one. And once we run out of ones that are actually applicable to us, we could have ChatGPT create another list and just keep going through like that until we have a couple dozen. And again, only a portion of those will agree to the call, and only some smaller portion of those will actually do the partnership with you. So you have to have a big enough front end of this partnership funnel for this to actually work. Influencer deals are one thing, but for co-branded deals, these brands are actually going to be looking to utilize our audience as well as us utilizing their audience. So for that, we're going to need an audience. So now what we're going to do is use ChatGPT and Midjourney to help us put together a system that automatically generates a consistent new flow of subscribers to our email list so that we can continuously build our own internal audience. And the way we're going to do this is through product packaging. So what we're going to do is have ChatGPT and Midjourney make us a packaging product insert with a message to the customer that gives them something in return for getting on our email list. Okay, so the prompt we're going to use is write me a product insert to include in my Amazon product. The product is a chic dog bowl that is for people who care about the aesthetics of their homes. The product insert should tell them about our brand and be full of life and rich character. It should prompt them to scan a QR code or use a link to see our top 5 tips to keep a chic, clean home while owning dogs. Welcome to Positively Chic. We're thrilled to see you join our community of design conscious pet parents. And then it talks about our beliefs and our whole vibe, which is great. And then on the back side of the insert, it says, discover the chic, pet-friendly home. We're sure you're keen on maintaining a clean, stylish home as we are. Even with our lovable, sometimes messy, furry companions around to help you achieve this, we've created a special guide just for you. Scan the QR code below or visit insert website link to access our top 5 tips to keep a chic and clean home while owning dogs. These tips are sure to make your journey as a chic dog owner even more enjoyable. And this is where the QR code goes. So now we have all of the copy for an insert that prompts people to scan and enter their information in order to get on our email list to get this guide. Now that we have the copy for the product insert, the next thing we have to do is create the design for the product insert. So what we're going to do is go into Midjourney. First, we're going to give Midjourney the inspiration that it needs by uploading our logo, which looks like this. So first what you do is just upload your image inside the Midjourney Discord. Then what you're going to do is copy the link to the image. Then you're going to type /imagine, paste the link, and then the prompt. So the prompt we're going to use is Beautiful branded product packaging insert card with a long note to the customer. Now slowly generating our image here. And here we go. We've got some ideas for what the product insert card would look like from Midjourney. Now I'm not completely sold on any of these, so I'm going to regenerate this a few times. I think it's getting there, but a lot of times you have to regenerate over and over again to get some that you like. So we have a few more ideas here. These ones are missing the text. The one that I ended up liking the most was this one here. I thought this was pretty classy, pretty chic. It's two-tone, very similar to our own logo and our own aesthetic. All right, so now we have the text for our product insert. We have the design idea and inspiration for our product insert, and we're gonna provide that to Fiverr so that a Fiverr designer can combine that design inspiration with the text and our logo and create the final product insert that will get us the new audience members to our email list. So how do we deliver on this asset that we promised our new audience that they would get? Well, we're actually going to have ChatGPT generate that for us too. So this prompt, we're going to go back to ChatGPT and we're going to say, please write a long, detailed, and downloadable ebook titled Top 5 Tips for Keeping a Chic and Clean Home While Owning Dogs. Incorporate storytelling, make it entertaining. And here we go. Our ebook is being written live for us. We have an introduction. We've got chapter 1. Now, it's not going to write a super long ebook for us, but what we could do is we could get this chapter by chapter and have it write much longer chapters and use individual prompts for each chapter. That's kind of a way to hack the output limits that ChatGPT has. Okay, so this is actually kind of cute for dog owners. Since I said incorporate storytelling, it took each of the 5 tips and it created a little story around it. So I actually like the tack that it took. It is a bit short and some of the tips are a little bit simplistic. So I'm going to go back and forth with ChatGPT a little bit to lengthen these chapters and to play with it to try to find some more creative and more useful tips that would actually be valuable to our ideal customer avatar. But once I do that, I'm going to export this into a PDF. And once again, I'm going to include that plus the logo to an actual designer who can take our design aesthetic that we borrowed from Midjourney in our last chapter and have them design the ebook with our logo and our aesthetic that we then export to PDF, and that becomes the asset that we deliver to our customers who scan this QR code from the product insert. All right, so now we've got our product insert that prompts people to scan the QR code. We've got the asset that they're going to get once they scan the QR code. Now we need the landing page that QR code is actually going to go to. So this is going to be the landing page that they land on. So now we're going to go back to ChatGPT again. We're going to say, please write the copy for a landing page that will host this ebook, requiring customers to input their name and email to get the ebook. It should sell the ebook and its benefits. So since we're still in the same chat that we used in ChatGPT to create the ebook itself, it's going to already have the proper context in order to generate this. And here we go. Now it's writing our landing page. We've got a headline to the landing page. We've got some copy in the landing page. Now we're having some benefits of our little ebook here in the form of bullet points. Now, technically what we could do is then have ChatGPT write the HTML code in order to fully design this landing page. But in my opinion, ChatGPT is not yet there where this would actually save us any time at all. Plus, it's really easy to just use an existing template on Squarespace, Lead Pages, WordPress, or whatever other website host that you're using that you can collect leads from. So the best thing to do now is just use one of these landing page builders like Lead Pages, or MailChimp has their own landing pages, ActiveCampaign does as well. It's not necessary to use AI for things that it's already easy enough to do. That's overkill. Once we have that, we have the insert that leads to that URL. We have the asset that they're going to be sent for this. All we have to do now is connect our email service provider and create that auto email sequence that goes out to them after they sign up for our asset. And this is proven to actually increase conversions when you have some kind of digital delivery showing it as some kind of visual physical book or a physical pamphlet usually increases the conversions pretty significantly. So I'm going to go back to Midjourney now, and the prompt I'm going to use is downloadable ebook rendering for a landing page about keeping clean homes while owning dogs. And the one that I like the most, actually, I think it looked really good. All it would need is a designer to change this gibberish text to real text. And this actually is a pretty nice design. It fits our whole vibe of chic dog homes and chic dog owners. So now we have the entire system for generating a new flow of email subscribers to our email list from our natural orders. So now every time an Amazon customer opens up our box to get our new dog bowl, they're going to get an insert with a QR code that they can scan. And in order to get that ebook, they're going to have to sign up for our email list. So if our uptake rate on that is 5%, that means every 100 orders that we sell, we're going to end up with 5 new email subscribers. So that means every month we're going to get another 150 email subscribers just from this one product. All right, so next is, what are we going to do with these email subscribers? Well, one of the best things you can do is an auto email follow-up sequence. So what we're going to do is have ChatGPT write a list of ideas for a 10 email sequence that goes out to every single new subscriber. And this is a way for us to increase the LTV, or the lifetime value of a customer. It prompts them to stay engaged with our brand, and it also gives them an opportunity to click back to our brand, because we'll include links where they can buy more products or more of the same product that they already bought. So the next prompt that we're going to use is, please give me 10 ideas for a welcome email series for people who sign up for my email list for dog owners who care about the aesthetics of their homes. You can notice that I did say please, so AI overlords, remember that. All right, and here we go. So it's writing out each and every one of our emails. Welcome email. Then we have a top 5 tips email. We have a meet the family email about our team and our own pets. That's a great one. Design spotlight behind the creation of our dog chic bowls. So this talks about how we designed our products, which was actually with AI. I don't know if we want to tell that story or not. Maybe we do, maybe we don't. These are really good. These are actually great email ideas. So what we're going to do now is have ChatGPT actually write the emails. So I'm going to say, write the email for idea number 1 on the list. And there it goes. Now it's writing the email. Now what we're going to have to do is make sure that the text that it writes is in line with our brand identity and our character. So if we want to be more playful, we'll respond and say, hey, be a little bit more playful with it. If we want to be more serious, we'll say, be a bit more serious. And then you can have an email that's ready to send. Do this over and over again for all 10 of these emails, then load these into our email service provider, whether that's Klaviyo, ActiveCampaign, MailChimp, and set it so that every new subscriber gets these 10 emails in a sequence in 10 days, or you could do it 20 days every other day, or you can even extend it out longer, every 3rd day or something like that, so you don't feel like you're spamming your customers. But this allows them to continue engaging with the brand and continue clicking back to the brand too. So that's another thing we could do, is we could ask it to include a link to our storefront or to our other products in each and every one of these emails, so that some portion of these subscribers actually click back to our brand, and it gives them a chance to check out our brand or buy something else from our brand. Now, another thing we're going to want to do in here is insert an email somewhere in here that actually asks them to leave a review and includes a link that allows them to leave a review. This is super powerful for our brand on Amazon, because reviews are everything on Amazon. So somewhere after the 6th or 7th or 8th email, when they've already had plenty of time to use the product, because they're already a week or multiple weeks into using their product, we're going to include an email that asks for a review, and we can have ChatGPT write that email for us as well. This can take you from an average review rate of 1%, which is the average on Amazon, to a review rate of 4 to 5%. This means that every 100 orders you get 4 to 5 reviews, which is excellent on Amazon. But what do you do with your subscribers after the email sequence has ended? That's where the ongoing engagement comes into play, and you can use ChatGPT for that too. So even though ChatGPT was only trained on data up through near the end of 2021, you can feed it new information that just came out now and then have it interpret that information for you. So one of the best ways to generate ongoing content for your email subscribers is use Google Alerts. you can go to Google Alerts and you can put in your primary search term. In our case will be pet dog owners, and it will send you the newest news or anything that comes up on the web relating to your customer avatar or your space or your category each day. Then you could take that cool thing or that whatever that piece of information or content was that was released, or that piece of news, and feed it to ChatGPT and ask it to create an engaging piece of content based on that for your customer avatar. So this allows you to use ChatGPT to send the most relevant content in the format that you need, which is via email, to your customer base on up to a daily basis. I mean, you could do this as frequently as you want, because Google Alerts, you can do as many alerts as you want. So here in this prompt, we're going to give ChatGPT the necessary context it needs, and we're going to ask it to generate an email based on this article and let it know that we'll be pasting the article below. So we're just going to copy all the text on this article. The good thing is ChatGPT can read through all the trash, all of this stuff on the side and stuff it'll ignore because it knows what actually is important to this. So we're just going to paste all of that in. You can see it literally pasted it all in dirty. The whole article is in there with all the links and the text on the share on LinkedIn, share on Reddit, but ChatGPT is usually able to see through all of that. So let's see what it does. And here we go. So we have a subject line: Positively Chic Diaries, the curious case of the towel thief. The article introduces us, and then it goes on to basically summarize this email about this dog getting into trouble while its owner is away. And we can link to the article in this, which it does, and we can also link to our own brand, which it does. It even includes a discount for them to be able to use at checkout. So that if they click back to our products and they like something, they have a discount code, they feel special, and it's further incentive for them to buy something. All right, so we could go on forever, but we're going to end it off there. Just as a recap, we've been able to take the brand that we created and write listing copy for that brand using AI. We've been able to generate lists of influencers that were specific to our niche customer avatar, and even create outreach emails to reach out to them to do brand deals with us. We were able to create a list of other brands that could do cross promotions with us. We were able to create a product insert and an asset that allows us to constantly generate a new audience of email subscribers for our brand each and every day. And we were even able to create an email sequence that goes out to all of those new subscribers to our email list to further engage them and even get them to visit our listing and our storefront. And finally, we were able to create an ongoing engagement email process that we can install in our company to constantly send out engaging content to our entire list as time goes on. So that's the end of this session. We've now built an entire brand with AI. It's all up to you now. Open up ChatGPT and Midjourney and start experimenting yourself.